So in today's video I'm actually going to be showcasing these monitors I just purchased. Now these are, wait a sec, is that the product name? VX2758-2KP-MHD. What? Yeah, so these are some ViewSonic 1440p 144Hz monitors, and yes, they have a quite crazy name. These are also an IPS monitor, so you will see great viewing angles. It won't have the fastest response time, even though these things have a targeted 1 milliseconds for their product rating. Now this is kind of a gimmick. It is increasing the response times, but you're probably going to see artifacting with it doing that kind of speed on an IPS panel, so I probably wouldn't recommend it. I haven't had it on that yet, so yeah, I would keep it off that and keep other settings on. Now this is also a 27-inch monitor, so it's better than your conventional 24-inch. I think for my room it's actually just good enough. I think 32-inch would be too big because of the 1440p pixel density is actually the same as 24-inch on 1080p, so yeah, it kind of wouldn't really be an upgrade. Now even if I did do that, I'd still have the 144Hz upgrade, and yeah, it is a hell of a jump from my usual 60Hz. Another thing advertised with these is it has FreeSync, so you have your AMD video cards that can work with this synchronization, so there aren't any splits in the screen with different frame rates verging up and down. Now it sadly doesn't have G-Sync, but I found something else that was quite surprising. So these actually have adaptive sync. I didn't know this until I actually turned it on for the first time and noticed that I could actually use my NVIDIA card that's currently in there and get variable refresh rates without any tearing. So if you don't have an AMD card, you can get the same results nearly as G-Sync. So that is a really good thing if you need to use an NVIDIA card but you don't have an AMD one that's dedicated for the FreeSync. Now with me actually kind of closer to the camera before, you could see that this was a kind of small looking box, but when I'm here I look smaller. She's pretty big. Okay, how about we actually try and unbox this thing? Yeah, I'll try to get this in frame. Okay, there we go. There we go, top open. Okay, so what I've just found out is this is actually slightly upside down. So the panel itself is the right way up, but the cables and everything under is actually under here. So yeah, that'll be fun to get out. Oh, there we go. Nearly out. Okay. There we go, I actually did it. Now I think the thing's underside have actually slightly moved, so the box is a little lifted up. But we can actually get straight to the panel, which is right here. Just move this box out of the way. Now we can open this up, if it wants to. There we go. So, here's the panel. Here we go. And here it is. So, thankfully, with the packaging like this, I can actually just pull it down. Okay, 3, 2, 1. And, oh. Upside down, that was great of me. Okie dokie, so here is the panel. As I said before, 27-inch IPS, FreeSync, 144Hz, 1440p. Yeah, it's pretty nice. And this is what it looks like without the frame, obviously. But yeah, it has got very, very thin bezels around the top and the sides. Now it's also got speakers, which I forgot to say. While they are okay speakers, they're not the best in the world. It is kind of the budget end of all these features, so yeah, I'd probably use a dedicated headset if you're wanting to get a better gaming experience. And what I might do is actually pull this out the way and I'll get the cables and stuff out. Okay, monitor is sitting there. Now I just lift this up because all the stuff is on here, it will all just drop out. There we go. Okay, so the first thing we have right here is a manual of some sort, warranty kind of stuff as well, so you don't really need this. Okay, now the second thing, funnily enough, is a Hdmi cable. This doesn't actually come with a display port, so if you're looking to get 1440p at 144Hz with FreeSync or adaptive sync enabled, you're going to need a display port. So I actually had to buy some separate, so yeah, this little thing is not really useful. Second thing is an American PowerPoint. Since I'm not in America, I'm in Australia, can't use this thing. Now another thing here as well is that you have the Australian one, so yeah, you can use this without any issue. Okay, so now we've got the bottom of the actual monitor stand, so I'll pull this out. And yeah, it's basically a whole lot of plastic and metal, but it is quite sturdy. And also here's the main stand. This does have an actual pivot angle, so if you want to pivot your monitors a little back, you can actually do that. Sadly, there is actually no height adjustment going up and down, but if you want to do that kind of stuff, I'd probably mount it on a wall, but that's my recommendation anyway. Now we've got right here the set buttons on the back of the panel. This one is the on and off switch and the rest are for setting purposes. But yeah, they are quite nice to touch, they are quite clicky, so they are kind of good quality. Now we've got our power point right here, so yeah, it is a 3-pin power connector, and this is where you've got the connections. First two are HDMI ports, the second one is a display port, and the third is an audio jack. And for you guys who are building this, this is where the mount clicks in. It's very simple, all you need to do is push it up into here and it will stay fitting. Now usually this is where I would build the monitor, but funnily enough, I actually have a second one that's already hooked up, so we can actually look at it straight away. Okay, so here's the monitor. Now on the camera it may not be as good as in real life because the colours are very vibrant because of the IPS panel. Now with a window open, the mouse is actually a little smeary. So if we open a Word doc and we scroll down, you will see that it is okay. It's not the most amazing panel I've ever seen, but it does the job. So I've just opened a bunch of tabs in Word and you can see when scrolling down it is quite smooth. That is one very impressive thing I find with this monitor compared to my 60Hz one. But yeah, if you're using a mouse scrolling around the screen, it is a bit smudgy. Now, funnily enough, while gaming, it actually isn't that bad. And for me playing racing games most, it does what it needs to. So what I can actually do now is go on to, let's say, Minecraft, and we can look at the 144Hz. Okie dokie, so we are here on Minecraft. This is basically the only thing I can run at 144 FPS with my current GTX 1060. I will be putting an RX 5700 XT very soon. It's in a box just waiting, but yeah, this is basically the only thing I can play at that frame rate. Now walking around with the adaptive sync on, it is extremely smooth. Now for you guys, it'll actually be 50Hz on the camera, but you should see how smooth it is and no jagged edges when you're looking around. Now I wouldn't recommend just playing Minecraft on this panel, because that would kind of be overkill, but it does enhance the experience, so if you're able to, maybe with shaders as well, it'll look pretty stunning. Now another thing with this monitor I didn't say is that it has 350 peak nit brightness, so it is quite bright. In a well lit room it is not too dark, it is just right, so if you're worried about lighting, this does fine. Okay, well I think I'm going to get off Minecraft now. I'm going to switch back to normal view and I'll wrap it up. Okay guys, well I'm going to end it here. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos, make sure to subscribe. I'm done with this monitor review. Yeah, it is a quite good monitor for the price. It is $500 per monitor for what I paid. You can get it cheaper in the States. But yeah, it is definitely worth it if you're looking for a good 144Hz 1440p monitor on a budget. Okay guys, I will see you later in my next video, and peace.